Welcome to the Ferrari Financial News Network Market Summary. Here is a roundup of last week's market action. The market stabilized considerably after the nervousness of the previous week. On Tuesday particularly, a good-sized rally was fueled in part by a drop in oil prices down to $60 a barrel, and a feeling that the nervousness of the previous week was certainly not based on market fundamentals. The drop in overall house prices in the US is still a concern, and we feel that the nervousness in the markets is liable to continue for some time to come. Let's take a look at our chart analysis to give you an idea where we feel the market is headed over the next month or so. The markets consolidated quite well last week, and during the week stabilized the large loss that was suffered the week before. On the Tuesday of the week before, we had a dramatic day when the Nasdaq lost 100 points and the whole market was down across the board on very high volume. It's this very high volume that we feel is significant because it changes our model to bring in the idea that what we've seen the previous week was in fact the breakdown from a peak which could represent a head of a head and shoulders pattern. And this head and shoulders pattern is a very long-term head and shoulders that has been developing over the last year, where we had the left shoulder forming here until the July low, when it picked up to form the head, which we feel may have now just occurred and be breaking down. If this scenario is correct, then we would expect, after maybe some more brief consolidation, a further breakdown of the index down as low as 2200 or even slightly lower, this sort of level, before the likelihood is that a right shoulder will start to form. The other scenario, of course, which has been in place for some time, is the long-term trend line, which if I draw here will give you an indication that we're still on track, and that in fact if the crucial 2300 level, which is a short-term support level caused from the beginning of last year at this point here, if this level continues to act as a support line at around 2300, then the long-term rally may in fact continue and the index levels will start to rise from the 2300 level. However, be watchful that this 2300 level is not penetrated quite severely, because if that happens, then the other scenario we have in mind now of this long-term head and shoulders pattern being formed could well be the scenario that we will put in place. That concludes our chart analysis for this week. Be watchful for a penetration of the 2300 support level in the Nasdaq Composite Index. This could be the next important feature of market movement. Tune in again next week to the Ferrari Financial News Network Market Summary here at www.ferrarifinancial.com. Until then, it's goodbye from London.